To the underground.
Hi guys! Welcome back to Muzzandmusic. Today we're celebrating Friday with Zach.
What's happening, everybody?
Zach is here to tell us about his live shows.
Yes. So, like she said, my name is Zach. My artist name is Milkman. So I'm a DJ producer. I make heavy dubstep, a lot of bass music, stuff like that. I'm from Pennsylvania, moved out here to LA, which is that's why I like your videos so much, is because you're pretty much doing the same thing, out here in LA trying to make it.
So all of the social links of Zach I will attach below so you can check out his music and support. I never did a live show before, so that's why we have Zach. He's gonna tell us everything that you want to know about how to book gigs, who you need to talk to, how do you find the right venues, the right people. Share with us your knowledge.
Okay, so I think that the biggest thing is knowing where to play, knowing what venues play your style of music in whatever city that you're at. It seems to be a trend that certain venues play certain styles of music. So for me, I would just go to shows, get the flyers that they hand out afterwards, see what other venues they have, follow all the pages on all social medias.
Okay, and after you realize that you need certain clubs, how do you know how to contact, how to talk?
So for me, I didn't really contact any of the venues specifically. I tried to find more of promotion groups and stuff like that throw the shows, throw the style of shows, and basically just start to figure out who's in charge of these shows and stuff. And by going to events, before I was even introducing myself to people, I was just literally people watching and seeing who I saw frequently at the same style of shows and stuff like that, and who people seem to gravitate towards that aren't artists. And I'm kind of curious, who is this person? So eventually, just through that, after about a year, once I really started putting more music out and getting my name out there, that was whenever I started approaching people, basically started networking to know who to talk to about what and who does what and how everything starts to run.
I feel it's important that first you get to know the people and you just contact with them, just connect, and after a few venues, few days, few months, you kind of talk to them about business.
Yeah.
Because it's really annoying when you just come into a person that you don't know and kind of push yourself on him and oh, listen to my music, because he doesn't know you. Okay, so let's say you got a gig and somebody offered you to play, or did you or you sent an email and you got a response. How do you prepare for a gig?
I think that it's important that when you're practicing at your house or wherever you're practicing at, mimic how you're going to perform in front of people, because you never know if there's going to be 5 people or 150. You literally just don't know. So always practice as if you're going to be in front of all those people. And to kind of piggyback off of that, stage presence is another big thing. Your stage presence is literally who you are and who you want to be on stage. Have to be something that's bigger than the people watching you in that sense, because people are there to see you perform.
Yeah,
they want to be
your
entertained.
job is to move them.
Yeah.
They came to see you. You need to set the vibe of what you're trying to make.
Exactly, yeah. You're in control of the entire energy in the room. So, if you're hyped up, you're going crazy. That's what I do at my shows, and I feed off of people, and they feed off of me. That energy flows throughout the entire room.
I feel just remember that people came to the show to have fun. They didn't come there to judge you or to look at you weird.
Yep.
Or to they're there to have fun. So just help them to have the most fun of their lives and remember the show.
Yep. Yeah, try and even me, I'll be on stage and I'll stare somebody right in the eye, and I'll just be connect with people one-on-one, connect with as many people that you can see. Sometimes it's hard to see out in the crowd. Screw it, just stare out into the abyss. Make sure that people know that they're there with you.
I feel if you want to practice, there are places in every city, everywhere, that you can just come and practice, open mics and stuff like that, smaller venues that you can just practice on your stage presence and then on your set and everything you want to do for the bigger venue.
Exactly.
You can use that. So before a big show, before a venue, before a gig, like we all get nervous.
Oh yeah.
So how do you overcome all the, you know, the fears and
all the jitters?
Yes.
So I think with that, I mean, everybody takes that differently. For me, I was super nervous before my first show out here, obviously, because like this is just the epicenter for music.
Scary, yeah.
So I think that like basically try and find like a pre-show routine, even if it's only 5 minutes before you go on. Like for me, everybody that I'm with, 5 minutes before my set, I'm like, hey, I'm going up there, or even 10 minutes. Like find time to just like be by yourself for even 5 minutes, because you're going to be able to get yourself in that mental state and prepare to like perform in front of people. And also, I mean, everybody has their own remedies to calm their nerves. So some people smoke, some people drink. Like who knows, whatever it is that you do. Like I'm not that big of a drinker whenever I perform, but I'm a smoker, so I smoke before my sets, and it doesn't, I honestly, I think it makes me perform better.
Yeah, I feel like everybody needs to find their own way to you know,
yeah, exactly.
Some people run, some people breathe.
Yeah, I think just like stepping out of the environment for a second, if you can find a spot to be. Most venues have like green rooms or places for artists to go that's out away from the crowd. Like some places you can't even hear the music, so it's like, you know, go to those areas, prepare yourself, and then yeah, exactly. Just like breathe, meditate, do whatever it is that you have to do. I think it's like super important to do stuff like that.
So we all expect like a perfect gig, the perfect show, the perfect venue, but shit happens, and you can I don't know, your computer can go off, or like your mic is not working, and something can happen.
Always.
Did you have this experience?
Yes.
Happen?
So actually, like my first show, literally like right whenever I started playing, I had like a little technical issue. One of like the CDJs that we were using that we can play our music on, the beat matching was off, and so like the song was playing at half of the speed of what it should be playing. So it was like so slow, and I could hear it in the headphones when I was trying to load up the track, and I'm trying to get the pitch to work, and it's just not changing. And I guess like whoever was playing before me had this sync feature activated, so it like had it locked. And I was just like, oh no, because like for me, the first couple of songs for this set, like I had prepared already, like I knew what was gonna play when I was bringing them in. There's a lot of like high energy. So whenever that was off, I was just like, oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? It wasn't working, and I was just like freaking out. Luckily, one of my friends was like behind me, and I was just like, yo, do you know why this isn't working? And he just like went up. I don't even know what he did, but whatever he did, he fixed it, and I heard it come back in my headphones, like it sped up real fast, and I was like, all right, cool, and I had enough time to save it. But yeah, definitely, I mean, I mess up a couple times even whenever I play, but I think somebody once gave me advice that's like, if you mess up, just don't even act like you messed up. Just catch wherever you can catch back up and just keep it going, keep the show moving. Honestly, like the crowd most of the time is drunk or stoned or something, like, or they might just not even be paying attention. Like, you know, us as musicians, we notice small things, but the crowd, the people who are there that you're performing for, they don't notice that. But if you make it known that you messed up and you like shake your head or do something, like, you know, they see that and they feed off of that energy.
Yeah, I feel like if you freak out, they freak out too. They'll be like, oh, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
So like, even if you like fell down the stage, that could happen.
Oh yeah.
Just laugh about it and say like, just continue. Like, don't freak out. Don't be like all sad and like stop the show and stall. No, just keep going. Laugh with the crowd. They will support you for sure.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay, so Zach, there's a thing that's going on now that called pay to play. Did you ever do that?
I did, unfortunately, but it was a lot of the places out here, at least, like the term like pay to play is not actually like you give people money to play unless you're ballin', which there's definitely a lot of people in LA that do that, and those guys stick out in a bad way. But yeah, so basically what happens is companies will ask you to play, but because you're a local unknown artist, they'll be like, hey, you have to sell X amount of tickets to play this time slot or do this. You want to try and avoid those places as much as possible. The problem with that is you in turn become a promoter for this person and not really an artist. So your pages and your socials get filled up with nonsense of shows that you're not even playing that you have to help sell tickets for in order for you to play another show that you might not even play. And obviously, I mean, if you go to a place, some places only make you sell 10 tickets. If you think you can sell 10 tickets, I mean, then do that. But just make sure that you know what you're getting into. I mean, I've even had companies that made me sign contracts that in turn were not even legit. They were fake, but it was like a scare tactic, because if we didn't sell these tickets, we had to give them the money that we said. So it was like, you know, sell 20 tickets. If you don't sell all 20 and you only sell 15, then you have to cover the other 5 out of your pocket. So that's where like the term pay to play comes in.
I feel like I said, if you want to practice before a big venue, or just to practice how you look on stage and how to perform, so yeah, you can use the pay to play because it's just something, you know, like for practice. But I feel like you won't find like people that looking for talents and looking for to find new artists, they won't come to a place to pay to play because you're literally paying. There's nobody that told you, yeah, your music is worth something, so perform. No, you just pay, so everybody can do that. Everybody can perform. So like talent hunters will not come to these places. I feel just for practice.
Yeah, and you're not gaining anything from it normally, because most of the people that are there is because there's 5 other artists who are also have to sell 10 tickets. So, you know, most of the people that are coming are only going to stay for whoever they paid their money to come see because they needed them to be there. So yeah, I mean, it's a huge mess. If you can find like open mics, that's like a huge advantage. Open mics, or for EDM DJs, open deck nights, like stuff like that. And then other just smaller event companies that are throwing smaller shows, like build your audience so that whenever you get booked at a place that's going to require you to sell 50 tickets, or you know, you're expected to bring 50 people, you're already going to be able to do that because they're going to want to see you. Yeah, exactly.
Another thing about pay to play is that when people do that, like I have a lot of friends, like an artist friends that do the pay to play thing, and I really want to be for them there to support. I really want to come over and see the show, but I don't have the money to go every time to a different show and buy a ticket. So I feel like they preventing me the option to support them, because I need to catch an Uber, and then I need to enter to the club, and then I need to buy minimum 2 drinks, and it's a lot of money for me. So I feel like if you're not a big artist yet and you're just trying to grow your audience, play for free. Don't make people that don't know your music to pay for something that you have no idea what they're paying for. You want to gain audience, let them hear your music for free, just in the beginning. Okay, so before we finish the video, Zach has a few more tips for you.
Yeah, so just like last couple of reminders, I think one that we didn't really touch on is like be consistent, and what I mean by that is like be consistent on your social medias, your music that you're coming out with, everything that you can be consistent on. People want content, people want to look at content, so pictures and videos, posts. I mean, like one post on every social media a day can do so much more than people think, and at the end of the day, like unfortunately this game is kind of starting to get twisted into like how many followers you have. So if you can get people to follow you and be fans of what you're doing and stuff, like I think that that's important.
I feel like it's helping you to gain followers when you're becoming more personal with your audience, and you actually, like if you play in a gig or something and you want to invite people, so you can just do like a mailing list or something that you can actually like send to each one of your contacts, like, hey man, I'm playing a gig, and it's much more personal. It makes people to want to come to your show because you actually took the time to write them personally. Okay, so thank you, Zach, for coming and sharing your experience.
You're welcome. I appreciate you guys listening. At the end of the day, this is all for you. So like I said, I'm a huge fan of what she does, her whole page, everything. So again, if you guys want to follow me on anything, literally MikmanDubs, just type that in, all one word, on any social media, including YouTube. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, hit the little bell thing, get the notifications. Like
Yes.
this page is gonna blow up. It has so many useful tips, man. I use them and they help me, so.
Thank you so much. And if you want to be a part of the next video and you have a story that you want to share, an experience that you want to talk about, DM me. I have the email below. You can just text me and say what you want to talk about and you will feature next on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. We were Muzzandmusic. See you next Friday.
Peace out.